My name is Mel Paul. I work for the County's Indian Band Water Treatment Facility. I've been here going on 8 years now. I'm a level 1 certified water treatment operator. Maintaining a healthy and drinkable water for my community. A safe and healthy drinking water for my community. I thought it was really interesting, and he asked me how my math skills were, and I said, yeah, they were okay. He asked me if I wanted to basically apply and put in for the position, so I did. I found it really interesting. That he discussed different types of water treatment, and I found that really interesting right off the bat. So that's why I decided, yeah, I could probably pick that up. And as far as realizing that, yes, I can make a real job and career out of it, was a big thing too. We do 3 rounds of tests a day. Basically, the things mostly that we check for is the iron, the turbidity, the chlorine residual, aluminum, and for our after backwashes, we do things like dissolved oxygen and another aluminum. There's all types, mostly color, iron, aluminum, stuff like that, pH. We check water out in the system. We bring in samples from out in the system, either at the far end of the system, the middle of the system, and the beginning of the system. We're mandated to do that through Health Canada. We come back, we take our samples, we incubate them for 24 hours, and then once a month we are mandated to send some away to labs, accredited labs, and they actually it's a check on our work. So make sure that we are actually doing our work. But as far as bottled water goes, it's a food and drug, falls under, and I don't think they're as stringently monitored as we are. You can have bottled water sitting in a warehouse for six to 8 months probably, and who knows what's grown in that water since then. You know, how often do they change that water? Like, make sure you bring in fresh water to a warehouse. So bottled water that you pick up out of a convenience store, how long has it been there? We are on the Thompson River, and it is a fairly clean source. It comes directly from a Shuswap Lake, which is not too far from here, and all year round it maintains a fairly clean consistency. And as you see the white marker on the river there, that is the actual marker for the screen intake for our water plant. So basically, this is the raw water station where I showed you from the intake of the river there. This is where the water is going. And basically, what this building is on top of a well. And from here, these pumps inside this building pump the actual coagulated, treated water up to the other building where the actual treatment processes are done. And it comes in, and basically we're standing on a well. There's basically free flows in from the river, and what we have here is probably a 60-foot well into the ground. And these pumps are used to actually pump the water up to the other building. And this is also where the coagulation is added also, just to give it that extra little space to distribute the chemical to this area, and from a header that we cannot see down below here. Basically what we have is a conventional water treatment. We do all 4 major processes of water treatment. We start with coagulation, flocculation, sedimentation, filtration, and disinfection. So we have all aspects of the water treatment in this water plant. So they call it a conventional water treatment plant, so because it has all those aspects. Basically the water is added at this end of the system, and it's already been coagulated, and the water slowly moves this way through these mixing basins, and then it eventually into this next part here, which is the sedimentation. And that's where the actual flocculation settles out and forms a sludge at the bottom. And the remainder of the clear water heads over to the filters. Heads from this area, the sedimentation basin, comes up through these troughs, down, and basically onto the filters. And the filters is anthracite and sand. And that is where the remainder of the flocculated water is taken out of this water. It's caught in the filter, the actual filter. Okay, no, sorry. I just wanted to cover one thing. As working for an actual Aboriginal water treatment facility, it's not quite the same as working for like a normal municipal water treatment facility or community, because as a water treatment operator, we take care of a lot of the maintenance, the lab work. We wear many hats. As far as like when you work in a city, like a city environment, they'll have specific people that do the lab work, and they'll have specific people do the pump work and the distribution work and the sampling. Those jobs can get all broken up into different people. Different people get to do those different jobs. But here, it's a smaller, organized differently. So we end up doing all those jobs, and we wear different hats. What we're standing on here is the actual finished clear water well. This is where after the water's been through the process, and the remaining work being done to the water is the actual distribution of the disinfection, which is the chlorine. And basically it's added before it heads into this clear well. It is a 1 million liter clear well. It holds exactly 1 million liters, so it makes all our math really easy. And you can't see all of the whole well. It extends outside, and it's about 30 feet deep, and from that wall to where we are here. It's holding exactly 1 million liters. And basically, what happens here is we have these pumps. These are the actual pumps that pump the water to the system, or the reservoirs in the system. We have two major reservoirs that are actually ours. There are a couple more that we have no control over, but we provide the water to them. They become the purveyor after they take it from our system. So we have these pumps that pump these waters out to two different reservoirs, because there's water treatments being built all the time, and there's never enough workers. There's actual shortage of water treatment operators right now, and it's probably one of the best moves I ever did. I made a career out of it. I've been here 8 years now, and kind of stumbled upon it, but it still worked out for me. They're making the opportunities easier and easier to get your foot in the door and get the training now. So to start out with these courses through TRU and through places like that is making it even easier to get your groundwork done. For as possible career, definitely. If you're out in rural communities and there are vast needs of operators out there, I know just from experience for the classes I do take, they're always in need of a backup operator, certified operators. It is definitely a good career choice. For me it was. No matter which community you're dealing with, it is important to have clean water. It is the one most thing that saved the most lives in this century, having the development of clean water. It has saved more lives than the polio vaccine. You put all the medical discoveries together, and it still doesn't account for the amount of lives saved by having clean water. And that's how important clean water is.